Nothing. We give it to the people, spread it across the country.
Here we go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. Here we go back. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
I'm back today with some League Racing highlights. I don't even believe it myself. The last one I did was, I think, 2 years ago. And today I have a special race for you because it was the first race of the season. We are driving in Bahrain, one of my favorite tracks ever. I just love to drive here. It's the 100% race distance league with short qualifying, driving the first 12 races of the real life calendar. And while Inception does a 28.2, let's see what lap time I can do.
This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us. This is the moment. Tonight is the night. We'll fight till it's over. So we put our hands up like the ceiling can't hold us. Like the ceiling can't hold us.
First qualifying of the season and first front row lockout for Ferrari as well. Like, when was the last time we saw that? Maybe Monaco or Miami? But I'm really happy with that, showing great pace here. Now we are on the grid for the race, and let me tell you, it was a pretty exciting one. I thought that there will be around 2 safety cars in the race, that's why I'm under-fueling the car a little bit. And Bahrain, easy one-stop race, medium hard or even soft hard is possible. But I decided to go on the hards for the first stint because I felt pretty confident on my pace, and while the others are on medium, I would have the faster tire for the end of the race. But I need to stay in front or stay with the leaders to make the strategy work. But enough with the talks now. And now we got 4 lights, 5 lights. And lights out, and away we go. We got a decent getaway, but Inception on the medium tires already side by side with me. And yeah, in turn 1 we are going. Who comes out ahead? I think I braked a little bit later, but I got a racing line, so I got a better exit than him. Fighting back and retake the lead in turn 2. But no, Inception directly behind me, probably using his ERS, tries to fight back, and I thought, okay, let him have the position. Playing that team role nicely. It just doesn't make too much sense to defend that hard against your teammate. But now look at that. The Alpine just drove straight into my rear ring. I think he got away with no damage because Fresh Dash also on the medium tires using his battery and tries to go down the inside. We are not making any contact in turn 1. But I braked too late and now he got a better exit. I tried to defend the inside line though. I don't want to lose any more positions. And now I'm braking very late, pushing him wide, racing hard but fair, just leaving him enough space on the exit. I survived that one just about. Now in lap 3, and you guys know what that means. The drag reduction system is enabled for the first time of the race, and the first part of my plan, stay with the leaders, really worked out because with that it gave me that little boost on the straights, you know. It helped me a lot because I didn't need to push that hard to stay with Inception. I could harvest a little bit of that ERS too and also save the tires a little bit. And as you can see, we are driving the same lap times as my teammate. And so far the race is really going my way at the moment. And yeah, a little bit later I just looked, where am I faster than Inception? I just want to study his line, and in lap 11, now with that DRS using no ERS, getting really close to Inception now in turn 1. And I thought, okay, Now his medium tires seem to degrade a little bit. I need to overtake him as soon as possible. And talking about that, in lap 12 to lap 13, using no ERS, only DRS, we are close enough to make that overtake stick. I don't think he wanted to defend that too hard. Now I can push Inception a little bit with that DRS. And now look at that. I think Mr. Inception wanted to give them Alpines a smoke intoxication or something like that. Yeah, that's cheeky from Mr. Famous. But now we are back into the lead and we are driving some consistent lap times here. I think Inception was also happy about myself now leading the race, because I think it's easier to drive behind somebody. And now on lap 17 the safety car is deployed, and that's really bad for me, because all the guys who started on medium can now pit and go on the hard tires. And I can confirm, if you pit now and go to the hard tires, you can make it to the end. And myself, who started on the hard tires, need to pit again to make it to the end. So no, I need to push as hard as possible, try to open up a gap, pit again and close up to the leaders at the final stages of the race. So it will be getting really close. And at the restart, F1 David tried to overtake me, but I defended the inside line really hard and stayed in front. After that, I opened up a gap to the rest of the field by setting fastest lap after fastest lap, and when the DRS was enabled again, I was over a second away. Wuschel in lap 23 overtakes David in an unusual place, because the soft tires seem to have so much more grip than the hards. But back to my race, and as you can see, I was consistently driving 32.3s and even got faster as the race went on. Let me tell you guys, I was pushing to the absolute limits of my ability. Now we make a big jump to lap 40, because I was just alone in front, pushing so hard, and as the race progressed, David was the only hard runner which could snatch the win away from me. At that time, I was still setting good and consistent lap times, but in lap 43 it was time to put on some fresh new softs. The gap to David was about 9.5 seconds, and when I came out of the pits it was about 12.7, so 13 laps to go, 13 seconds to the next car. Yeah, I couldn't allow myself to make any mistakes. I needed to drive as perfect as I can to get that W. And as you can hear, David's hard tires are more than 30 laps old. But my dumb ass didn't put enough fuel in the car, so I need to catch David even faster. And there you can see him. I mean, he's just there, like one mistake from him and he can see me in his mirrors. But unfortunately in lap 56 I was just 6/10ths away from getting his DRS, and at that point my tires were dead. Also, I needed to drive really slow because I had no fuel left in the tank, and at the end I finished the race in P2 with the fastest lap. Yeah, I'm a bit disappointed because I wanted that win so bad, but I think I was driving a great race, and with that I had a good start to the season. But anyways, congrats to David making these hard tires work for 40 laps. Just incredible, because he was so fast and consistent on these tires. Next up, Jeddah, one of my worst tracks on the calendar, but maybe we can get a good result there. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and subscribe to my channel. That would make me really happy. That's it for today's video. See you next week with another League Racing Highlights video.